Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. We're taking a look at the encouragement of the day today. Pulling from my Oracle 7's energy deck to see what that is for us. What is the encouragement of the day? So right now, it really does feel like, what's going on with my camera? It feels like we're in a position right now today where I've been feeling like a lot of us have been wanting this sovereignty, right? This energy of being able to understand our ability to navigate life. I feel like there's a strong energy of wanting that. And it feels like a strong energy of standing in that today. Spirit is bringing the awareness of this strong energy of sovereignty that we are carrying today. And give me 1 second because I don't want to miss this, okay? This is very strong energy. The card that came out, the first card is the Royal You. And it's carrying that energy of standing in this energy of sovereignty today. And it's not so much about, recognizing or carrying this weight of power, but it's also about understanding the responsibility of that. I was having a very deep, heartfelt discussion with someone who I very much look up to, an uncle of mine. And he was talking about how things are changing. We were talking about how things are changing and how people are really coming into their own and just really understanding the weight of responsibility that comes along with carrying this choice of sovereignty, of stepping into that, especially as it pertains to spirituality. It's not just about being, free. The other part of that is being responsible with that freedom, being responsible to carry everything that was previously placed on someone or something else, right? You actually assume that responsibility once you step into this energy of sovereignty. It really does feel like a very high level of self-confidence, a high level of being able to govern yourself and to really carry the weight of where we are right now. I feel like that's what Spirit is actually pointing to in this moment with this card, right? It looks very royal, but it also looks like it could have a lot of responsibility to it. Have you ever heard of the saying that says heavy is the head that wears the crown? That means that the crown is not just this glamorous, even though it looks glamorous, it's more than that. It's responsibility. It's obligation. It's assignment, right? There's a purpose behind that. And then there's a golden lotus flower in the center of this, right underneath the crown, which carries the energy of possibly having to come through something to get to this position. This wasn't just something that you just stepped into, unaware, but this is something that has been carried, and I'm hearing sworn, right? This is definitely something that was consciously decided upon. And this is taking the ability to take ownership of what's happening right now, of how you're perceiving things, what you're feeling, the need to take action in some type of way. And it's almost like a quiet sense of empowerment that's happening, that we're standing in. a very large sense of self-awareness as well. And standing in that, it has like emperorish type of energy, like being responsible and standing in power right now, not allowing outside influences to actually pull you out of alignment with your truth. So very interesting energy that's coming out right now, as far as where we are. Let me see. And so let's take a look here. I'm going to pull out some tarot. And if I didn't, I don't believe I introduced myself. Welcome to my channel. Blood Moon Oracle is the channel. Like, share, comment. I feel like I just delve right into the encouragement. Welcome to the channel. Like, share, comment. We're taking a look at the encouragement of the day. And Spirit is recognizing us arriving at this very important place that we're standing in right now. Very important place. Let me see, because I'm going to pull some tarot just to kind of see the significance of standing where we are right now. What is that, Spirit? What is the significance of where we are right now? Okay, I'm going to take it, whatever comes out, because I feel like it's very significant and purposeful. We have the Tower, but it's on the bright side, and then the Five of Cups coming in on the shadow side. Okay, which says that there's something very, very significant happening right now. The Tower coming out on the Tower coming out upright is what I'll say, is definitely about change taking place. This could be the type of change that may or may not be something that we are in favor of, right? The Tower is almost like the hand of God moving in to cause things to shift in some type of way. But being that it came out on the positive side, this is being able to handle things that are happening, changes that are taking place, even if it is like a culmination of negativity that's arising right now and causing or tempting to pull us into this energy of fatigue. This Tower on the positive side is being able to transmute that energy as quickly as possible. As fast as we're able to recognize it, we're like, okay, yeah, we're not accepting that, right? We're standing in this very powerful energy today. And whatever's coming at us, if there are negative forces trying to come in and take us down, if there are things that are, we've been working on for a long time to no, avail, no solution. This is being able to overcome those things, being able to transcend those things. And doing it with the help of the divine, though. It's almost like there is a supernatural help existing right now that's fortifying this energy of being able to stand in our truth and our power. If we are able to understand the significance of this moment, right? And allowing Spirit to transform the moment into whatever it is that's needed right now. Surrender is the word, right, to what's happening right now. And if we're able to enter this energy of surrender, then yes, we get to bypass the negative consequences of what's happening, right? Does that make sense? And so this sovereignty that we're standing in right now is purposeful. It is possibly changing things, possibly removing things, tearing things down. It almost feels like a natural disaster type of energy, but this may or may not be affecting those of us that are standing in our truth and our power, and are standing in this energy of sovereignty, understanding the power of the divine apart from our own power, and understanding the power of surrender to the divine's will. Okay, so whatever is happening right now, depending on how you're looking at it and how you're responding to it, right? It's one thing to say, okay, this is happening. There must be, a good reason. There must be an outcome that's going to be beneficial because it's happening, right? And then there could be the response that's very opposite of that. Like, well, why is this, happening to me? What did I do? Or no, this is not going to happen. We are not, and so depending on the type of response that's being given to what's happening right now, that may depend on how we're handling the situation, whether or not it would be beneficial for us, right? Because the Five of Cups says that this potentially has the ability to create this energy of suffering here and apathy around things that are possibly ending, or being emotionally responsive, right? And even impulsive. But on the other side of that, it's also understanding that we have the ability to shake it off and not sink into that energy of self-pity or guilt. It's almost like understanding that everything has a purpose, even the energy of what we would call as evil. Like evil has a purpose, right? If it is allowed to be entered into our experience, there's some purpose for it. But I feel this heavy energy of sovereignty, of standing in your power and your truth. And so depending on how you're reacting to this moment, it may actually determine how you are experiencing it. For some, your experience has been actually quite amazing, right? It's been quite amazing. That may not be true for everybody. But this is where we are. We're in a position of sovereignty, okay? Let's take a look. Because I want to look and see. I'm guesstimating at what the responses could be, but I want to see how this is being responded to. This moment of sovereignty. Some of us may not even realize that we're standing in this energy. It is what it is. So that's how it's being. That's the response to this energy that's coming up right now. It is what it is. And basically that is that energy of radical acceptance. It's like whatever's taking place right now is supposed to be. It couldn't be any other way. Let me get some tarot on this. It is what it is. And that's a beautiful attitude to have, you know, because that is the energy of surrender, which is what, you know, the Tower brings in. You can either fight it and make it worse, or you can surrender to it and say, you know what, let's see where this leads. You know, sometimes we're not able to actually see far enough into the future to determine whether a thing is going to be good or bad, right? Sometimes we're not able to see past what it is that we want. But the Tower definitely comes in to bring change, right? And it is an opportunity for us to acknowledge that and surrender to it, okay? And if we're able to do that, then we don't take on the burden of that thing. We can very much stay in our position of sovereignty, right? That's a very beautiful word, surrender. A very empowering word as well. Opening up opportunities, right, for Spirit to actually show us something more. And so the tarot card coming out, clarifying it is what it is death. Okay. So death is an 8. Things are changing, moving. There may be a need even here for some self-care, some recuperation. This may be a time to enter into the energy of extreme self-care. Okay, but let's see. First of all, taking a look, just a little peek really quickly. Yeah, radical acceptance. It is what it is. We're talking about engaging life on its terms, being open to just be in the moment and observe circumstances. And just taking things at what they are, what life is presenting right now. That is the most powerful energy to be in, is to be able to sit and just observe, to be open, to just flow. We're like water, right? And so that allows us to release any resistance to the moment. Because again, there is a huge possibility that what's happening right now may not feel good. It may not look like we feel like it's supposed to be, but it may in fact hold much more than we realize. We're in time. We're in this moment. That's all that we can actually conceptualize is this moment. Well, Spirit is not in this moment. Spirit is not in time at all. And so Spirit sees things from beginning to end. The knowledge and the wisdom surpasses time and space and experience as we know it. So there's this energy of submitting to that here. Now, when we look at the death, which talks about change, but it's coming in on the shadow side. The death is the card. It's a 13. And it reduces to a 4, okay? 4s are all about stability. 4s are all about balance, or not really balance. That's more like a 2. 4s are about being grounded and stable and building firm foundations, or having attuning to firm foundations. But being that this death came out, it is a 4, and then the 4 of Pentacles came out as well. There's this theme around the 4, around this, it is what it is. But when we look at the shadow side of the death, this talks about being in this energy of surrender, okay, which is going to be beneficial for us being in the most empowered place that we can be in at this moment in time. Now, if for some reason you are not able to surrender to the moment, to this moment that's taking place, and it feels like it is taking place around transformation, whether you like it or not, the death and from the shadow side, these things are going to actually, if you don't surrender to them, they will be forced. Right? Because there is something that's happening here. As I was saying, how Spirit is not restricted to the elements of our being, like time and space, right? There's a spiritual law that's in order that surpasses manly law, or what we think should be, what we think is right. It surpasses natural law. And so if there is not a surrendering to this moment, this death on the shadow side says that these things, these events will be forced through spiritual law. It's going to happen regardless. The winds that are coming right now are actually pushing. It's pushing towards, it's pushing away from instability into something that's more stable is what's happening. And what would be wise in this case? And I feel like there are many of us that are standing in this place because I asked, how are we experiencing this? How are we responding? This is what's coming out. And so we're being pushed to prepare for a time of being released from attachments and surrendering to things that we don't yet understand, that we don't know, the unknown. So there's a part that's coming that we don't know yet, that's unexpected, that's going to cause us to release from the past, from what we've known, to embrace something different. To embrace something different. And whether it's a ride where we say, you know what, I'm up for it. I don't know what it is, but let's see. Whether that's our response or whether we're fighting all the way to the finish line. This is happening, is what Spirit is saying. This is happening, right? And I feel like because this energy is coming out, there is both sides of that coin. There are those who are surrendered to this, and there are those who may be fighting, kicking and screaming all the way to this change. But either way, this is happening. It's going down. Now, the Four of Pentacles did come in on the light side, and this is talking about skill. It's talking about virtue and not doubting what we're able to do. And, you know, the ability to handle this moment. And how we don't stop because things get difficult, but we keep going. And remember how we have survived 100% of what it is that we've come through this far. Okay, we haven't come this far to be left alone or to give up or to say, well, I'm not going any further because I don't know what's going to happen. But this is about being able to surrender mostly and appreciate, you know, even the lesson of this moment, not understanding or knowing where we're being transitioned to, but understanding that it's going to be a more stable place, right? Because this is the energy we're in. This may be what we asked for. We asked for sovereignty, maybe generally in life. Well, we've arrived at that place. You're in a position right now where you're actually able to exercise authority over your life, right? It's also partly being able to submit still to the higher power, right? Just because we say we're sovereign doesn't mean that we control the universe. No, there is a creative designer that has allowed us this level of sovereignty. And in having and operating in that, it's still being able to submit to the power outside of ourselves. That's not another man. And it's not anything less than our creator, our source, right? Just to make that plain. But there's something that's happening here, and it's understanding our ability to navigate it skillfully and gracefully, okay? Let's see. Opening to discovery, right? Look at the keyhole. There's something amazing that's going to actually come out of this. Something very amazing. And this is the actual It almost feels like being given permission to go there, because we have a key, right? And then we have the keyhole here. There's a passageway. There is a doorway to actually make it through. And it almost feels like needing permission. The key signifies needing something specific to actually pass over here. Now, opening to discovery is talking about little small pieces of information that's being absorbed here. And this could be in the form of ideas. This information could be transmitted by, different sources that we have. It could be the internet, but it could be information being transmitted, channeling in even from the universe. There's some receiving of information here. And there's some need to actually take that information, not ignore it. But if it's coming to you, it's understanding that it's coming because there is a purpose surrounding the information that's coming in. These experiences that we're having right now, being able to step into this energy of sovereignty right now at this point in our life, and at the same time, submit to the changes that are happening right now all around us. There's like this dance that's happening spiritually with our lives. And if we're able to actually get into the flow of that and submit to that, then there is an integrating of what it is that we're receiving through these experiences right now. And being a little bit more equipped with where we are tapping in and tuning into, and how we're able to assign meaning to that information, right? It feels like there's lots of things coming through these experiences right now. And all of this information could be unusual, right? It could be things that seem like way out, but it's coming through for a reason. And it's coming through possibly from sources that may be, different. In all of this, there is the energy of wanting to assist in this process and giving the assistance needed. But it all depends on our openness, our willingness to be open and to actually shut out things that are not aligned with where we are right now or where we're being taken. This may be a good time as these shifts are taking place and as we are taken through this process to cut out things that may be counterclockwise, right? If we're needing to be strong and really understand that we can make it through this time, the last thing we need is noise in our ear telling us how unfair this is or how we'll never make it through this alone. Things like that, like social media, or you might have that friend that wants to call and gossip, or watching the news, these different sources that feed information. It may be a good time to detach from those things so that we can actually focus in and hone in on the information that's coming in, that's being channeled in through these experiences right now. The help that you need in this situation is actually being sent in through information, Spirit is saying. Through information. And what is the importance of this information being sent in? Let's take a look and we'll end it here. What's the significance of the information? Okay, that's too many. What's the significance of the information, Spirit? Taking a look here. The significance of the information that's coming in currently is the Three of Wands and the High Priestess. Both of them came in on the shadow side, okay? But there's always lessons to learn from that which we can't see, from that which may very well be very active within our unconscious psyche. And so the Three of Wands is all about uncovering those things that are preventing us from acting quickly and efficiently. And these are, as I was saying, things that may be blocking or in operation in our unconscious, in the shadow parts of ourselves that we're closed off to. Especially things that may be activated when we enter into a difficult time, right? Our defenses may be put up. These are things that may be activated when hard times hit. But this is bringing out information around that, around those types of things, and giving us the help needed to overcome these difficulties. But that's through being aware of what has taken place, right? The Three of Wands on the shadow side. So there could be things that are being revealed about us, about ourselves, about how to navigate and to be aware of our triggers and about things to avoid, right? This information that's coming in unexpected ways are just about that. And it's helping to navigate this difficulty that we're going through here right now. It could be today, something happening today that you relate to with this reading, or this could be the period of time that's of your life right now that Spirit is talking about. Now, the High Priestess coming in on the shadow side is being really cold and distant because there's such a steep connection with Source, right? And being so connected that you actually shut out everything else. And that is specifically from those things that are disaligned with where Spirit is taking you right now, right? This could, in fact, be disconnecting from people who have like a dangerous psyche, a dangerous mentality right now. That could be being pointed out to you. Those people could be being pointed out to you so that you can turn away from them. And so if those types of messages and nudges are hitting you, understand that, yes, listen. Right? If you're being guided to move away from people, yes, listen. Okay? It's purposeful. The other part of this High Priestess being in reverse is understanding your energy, your power. There's no need to complicate things, or there's no need to try to trick your way into things. There's no way to do that because the power that you hold is very open and upfront. There's no need to dwindle your way into things. All you need to do is believe in what it is that you're capable of. Stand in your truth. Simply stand in your power, right? Even as it pertains to coming up against, difficulties or situations where you are, standing against, things or people that may be presenting obstacles. There's no need to go into this underworld to fight this. There's just the need to stand in truth, to stand in your power. And even in doing that, these things will be revealed to you. And powerful allies. The High Priestess has high places. She has, allies in high places that is actually fighting, without even being aware of it. She's not even aware of it many times. And then the last part of this high priestess being in reverse is the responsibility to be impeccable in what it is that you're bringing to the table, how you're operating. There's a level of being aware of self, tapped into your motives, the spiritual energy that you're operating in. This is high level frequency here, okay? That's the message for today. And so definitely change is taking place, moving through sovereignty in that energy, submitting to changes that are happening right now, and being open to the energy and the information that's coming through. Powerful. All of this is very powerful. Sevens seem to be very significant right now. And so sevens may be a number that you're seeing often. But yeah, just keep your eyes open. And as the message was saying, take, the pointers to heart. This is a time to cut off negative sources so that you can have that direct communication coming in with what is needed to help you through this time. Okay? Perfect time that we're in today, even as we're entering into this new season of the new year. It's just being aware of all these changes that are taking place and, understanding the power of submission and surrender. That is our biggest ally during these changes, and understanding that there is a greater spiritual power at work that's bringing these changes about, okay? Time to get ready. It's happening right here, right now. Thank you for stopping by Blood Moon Oracle, where we take a look at the encouraging energy that we can speak on from day to day. So like, share, comment, let me know how it resonated, subscribe if you have not. I'm going to post another video down here. If you like this one, maybe you'll like that one, but let me know. Okay, this is a general read. If you're looking for something personal, hit me up in my email or just go straight over to my calendar and schedule with me. I look forward to talking to you next time. Bye.